Hare Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 13, Description of the Descendants of Dhruva Maharaj, presented by Priyanka Raichand. Vidurji inquires about the Prachetas. After hearing about Dhruva Maharaj's ascent to Lord Vishnu's abode, Vidurji became very much enlightened in devotional emotion and inquired from Maitreya Rishi. Transcendental subject matter is so nice that no one becomes tired of hearing or speaking, as here Vidurji and Maitreya Muni. Who were the Prachetas? To which family did they belong? Whose sons were they, and where did they perform the great sacrifices? So Vidurji asks all these questions to Maitreya Muni. Narad ji is the greatest of all devotees. He personally saw the Lord and has compiled the Panchratrika Vidhi of devotion service. While the Prachetas were executing religious rituals and sacrifices for the satisfaction of the Lord, Narad Muni glorified the qualities of Dhruva Maharaj and the pastimes of the Supreme Lord. I am very eager to hear them. Maitreya Muni describes the descendants of Dhruva Maharaj. So in order to describe about the descendants, Prachetas, Maitreya Muni starts telling about all the entire lineage of the Dhruva Maharaj. So after Dhruva Maharaj departed for the forest, his eldest son Utkala did not accept the opulent throne of his father because Utkala was a Mahabhagavat. He was peaceful, detached, equipoised. He saw the Supersoul present in everyone's heart and everything resting in the Supersoul. He has attained liberation from bondage of body and was Brahman realized, thus always situated in transcendental bliss. He has burnt all contaminations by the practice of Bhakti Yoga and was situated in his constitutional position, seeing the Supreme Lord and himself engaged in discharging devotional service. Utkala appeared to the less intelligent people as foolish, blind, dumb, deaf, and mad, like a fire covered with ashes without blazing flames. Hence, the ministers crowned his younger brother, Vatsara, son of Brahmi, as king. So this table or chart shows about all the descendants of Dhruva Maharaj. So Vatsara got married to Swarvithi and they begot 2 sons and 4 daughters named Pushparna, Tigmaketu, Isha, Urja, Vasu and Jaya respectively. Out of them, Pushparna, he became the further king and he married with Prabha and Dosha, 2 wives, and in total they begot 6 sons: Pratar, Madhyandhinam and Sayam, Pradosha, Nishita and Vyushta. Vyushta got married with Pushkarni and begot the son Sarvateja. Sarvateja married Akuti and Chakshusha was their son, who became the 6th Manu. Chakshusha got married with Nadvala and begot 12 sons: Puru, Kutsa, Trita, Dyumna, Satyavan, Rata, Vrata, Shibi, Agnishtoma, Atiratra, Pradyumna and Ulmuka. Ulmuka married Pushkarni and they begot Anga, Sumana, Khyati, Kratu, Angira and Gaya. And among them, the Anga, he got married with Sunita and he begot the son Vain, who was very crooked. And from King Vena's body, Prithu Maharaj or King Prithu and Archi, they advented. The saintly king Anga was very disappointed with Vena's bad character and he left home and kingdom and went out to the forest. When the great sages curse, their words are as invincible as a thunderbolt. Angry sages cursed King Vain and he died. After his death, since there was no king, all the rogues and thieves flourished. The kingdom became unregulated and all the citizens suffered greatly. On seeing this, the great sages took the right hand of Vain as a churning rod, and as a result of their churning, Lord Vishnu, in his partial representation, made his advent as King Prithu, the original emperor of the world. Now Vidurji displayed his astonishment and inquired about King Vain, that how could such a saintly king Anga, who was very gentle and had high character and was a lover of Brahminical culture, got such a bad son like Vain, because of whom he became indifferent to his kingdom and left it? Why did the great sages, completely conversant with Dharma, who was supposed to be the greatest and most tolerant, cursed King Vain, who himself carried the rod of punishment? And a king, even if sinful, the citizens should not insult him. Therefore, I wish to hear from you the activities of King Vain, since you are knowledgeable of both past and future. I am your faithful devotee. Sri Maitreya narrates the events that lead to Vena's birth. My dear Vidura, once King Anga performed the great sacrifice known as Ashwamedha, in which demigods didn't appear despite being invited by expert Brahmanas. The priest then informed King Anga that the demigods are not accepting oblations in spite of the well-collected and uncontaminated sacrificial paraphernalia and proper chanting of the Vedic hymns. Dear King, we do not find any reasons that the demigods should feel insulted or neglected in any way, but still the demigods who are witness for the sacrifice do not accept their shares. Hearing this, a grieved Anga inquired, kindly tell me if I have committed any offences because of which the demigods neither taking part in the sacrifice and nor accepting their shares. The head priest said, you are sinless in this life, even within your mind, but due to your sinful activities in previous life, you don't have a son in this life. But if you pray to the Lord, asking for a son and perform sacrifice for that purpose, the Lord will fulfill your desire. When Hari, the supreme enjoyer of all sacrifices, is invited to fulfill your desire for a son, all the demigods will come with him and take their shares in the sacrifice. The performer of the sacrifices under Karmakanda activities achieves the fulfillment of the desire for which he worships the Lord. Thus, for the sake of a son for King Anga, the priest offered oblations to Lord Vishnu. Then a person appeared from the fire altar carrying a golden pot filled with rice boiled in milk. With the permission of the priest, liberal King Anga took the preparation in his joint palms, and after smelling it, he offered a portion to his wife. The wife of King Sunita was not fit to accept this benediction, yet the king was so liberal that without hesitation he offered to his wife the boiled rice in milk prasad received from the Yagna Purusha. Queen drank it and became pregnant, giving birth to a son in due course of time. That boy was born partially in the dynasty of irreligion. The boy became greatly irreligious, taking the qualities of his material grandfather, death personified, Mrityu. King Anga did not get a very good wife in Sunita because she was the daughter of death personified. Sometimes the Lord arranges an unfortunate wife for his devotee so that gradually, due to family circumstances, the devotee becomes detached from his wife and home and make progress in devotional life. King Anga leaves home due to Vena's atrocities. Vena would unnecessarily kill innocent deer animals in the forest and frighten the citizens by his presence. He was so cruel that he would kill his own playmates very mercilessly as if they were animals meant for slaughter. Anga punished Vena in different ways to reform him, but he failed. He thus became greatly aggrieved and thought to himself, "Sunless people are more fortunate, for they would not have to suffer the unbearable unhappiness caused by a bad son. They must have worshipped the Lord in their previous lives." A sinful son vanquishes one's reputation and causes irreligion and quarrel, which creates endless anxiety, which concentrate an intelligent man would desire such a son who is born of illusion and who makes one's home miserable. He further thought, a bad son is better than a good son, since a good son creates attachment for home, but a bad son creates a hellish home by which one easily develops detachment. So now he thought in different way. With these thoughts, King Anga became completely indifferent and eventually left home in the dead of night unseen by anyone towards the forest, giving up all attraction for his greatly opulent kingdom. Understanding this, the citizens, priests, ministers, etc., were greatly aggrieved and began searching for Anga all over the world, but no one could find him, just as a less experienced mystic searches out the super soul within himself. Disappointed, they all returned to the city and informed the sages who assembled there due to the king's absence. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.